we impact younger folks, because what I'm seeing are some of those challenges around their own ability to think through what the next few steps are in terms of their own evolution. It's almost like a small business, and then you want it to be a bigger business. Well, these young people, a lot of them are not necessarily really aware of what they want to do or where to go to for information. And so I want to figure out what my channel of opportunity is to really help and elevate, in those spaces. I have a very big entrepreneurship itch that I think that we've started and really just delving into to think about what those creative opportunities might be. And so that's what I've been doing on my thinking days. I would like more of them, but who doesn't want more time, right? More time. That is the goal. And so, in terms of thinking about partnership and opportunities there, where have you seen some opportunities for partnership, or are you thinking about how you generate our own, AI related support or opportunities there? What are you thinking about in terms of the changing market and landscape that way?
Yeah. So quick note about AI and technology generally. Yeah. It's all just tools, right? We still need the human element. And I see this so much in what you teach the young people that you work with, is that your humanity is your best asset. Your capacity for critical thinking is your best asset, right? And if we can leverage technology successfully and be human at the same time, make those connections that machines are just not able to make in the same way. Right? And when we think about what employers need, there are a lot of sound bites about technology taking our jobs. And when we think about things like, even the Industrial Revolution and the various phases of technological development and automation that have come along over the last couple of hundred years. Yeah. Right? It has been big and scary and full of change for every generation in that respect. But there's still been a need for human production. Right? So it's going to look different. I'm excited about where we are, because as entrepreneurs and technology advisors, we get to be kind of at the forefront of exploring that, and helping our clients to explore what's tried and true enough to make sense to consider implementing in your business, in your organization, and how are we going to go about doing that for you to maximize impact. But for young people, for job seekers, for anybody who's developing those muscles, understanding the role that they're still going to need to play is essential. But understanding how to use those tools that are going to be as commonplace as having a computer and a phone on your desktop, right? Or now we see phones disappearing, but we still communicate by voice one way or another. They'll be as commonplace as all the things that we take for granted now. But your point about the channels is really interesting. How do you reach people who need to develop those skills, and how do you maximize your impact when you're sharing that information?
That is, and I'm really trying to learn a little bit more around some of those pieces to really be able to convey those messages, but also using the tools that I can speak to also help me, again, elevate, brand, visibility, but also my skill set, because I think that, in a rapidly changing place, as you mentioned, as the workforce, it is, and over time we've seen it. How do you really think about those tools and resources? And again, thinking about the capacity part, what do you kind of, dare I say, farm out? And then what do you, leave space for? The thinking days, are the days that I'm really thinking about problem solving and critical thinking, opportunities. And I can see where there's value in the tools that we can use that create the space and opportunity for that. And that's
I think, so key, the space and opportunity. I think a lot of us grew up professionally in a world where busyness was seen as a virtue. Right? And so if you had a moment to breathe, if you had a moment to think, you weren't doing enough.
Yeah.
But without those breaks, we don't have the breakthroughs, right? We don't have the opportunity to have that brainwave and realize, I could be doing something different. And sometimes it's realizing what lights you up, what gives you the most energy, what are you most passionate about solving? Right? And so as we have grown our company, one of the things that I have done as my role as the CEO of the company has evolved is to step out of the things that I don't do as efficiently, perhaps, right? Because just because I can do it and just because I can do it well doesn't mean that I should be doing it long term.
Right.
I am a big believer in leaders understanding how every part of their business works and how those parts work together. But there is power in being able to delegate.
Delegate. The big word. The big word of the right.
D word,
yeah,
right?
The D word.